Hey y'all, it's Sunday. I'll admit it, we're getting a little bit of a late start, but it's all good. Only thing we can do now is step into the goddess realm. It's Sunday, I'll admit it, we're getting a little bit of a late start, but it's all good. Only Hey, happy Sunday. I hope your day is going amazing. So guys, I'm going to try and raise this up because the other day it came out super quiet and I just remembered that. So hopefully you can hear me now. How are you guys doing today? All that good jazz. I am ready to dive in. I've had a relaxing morning. The day is starting to take flow. Got a little bit of stuff to do today. A couple of group coaching sessions later. Sunday's it's weird. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm chilling. Thursday, starting to get busy. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm working. I don't know. Somehow it seems to work for me, so we're going to let it ride. Let's go ahead and dive in. First off, there we go. Grab a glass of water. Chug a lug. Hit like when you're done. It's time to social it up. All right, y'all. You'll have to excuse me. I'm a little goofy this morning, but we're just going to let it ride. All right. Thank you. Let's get ready to go. Thank you to our God, to our angels, our guides, our fairies, our goddesses for all the amazing guidance and direction you've been giving us. We ask that you continue to guide and direct our message to make it applicable for each and every one of us so that we know exactly what we are to be focusing on and we need to do within our lives. Help us to understand how to further walk within our life purpose. We ask that anyone who hears this message be blessed by it, and all these many blessings we ask in unconditional love. Amen. All right, so let's see, where are we going? It's Sunday. I don't know that we're going to do our normal 7-card read. I feel like we are going to get 3 cards to start from our fairies. I don't know, I keep coming back there. Good morning, dear fairies. Woo! Okay, let me just settle for a second. What do you have for the goddess realm today? Thank you, fairies. What do you have for the goddess realm today? All right, y'all, let's see what we have. Okay, let's dive in. Our first card, practice, practice, practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. Practice, practice, practice. One of the things that I noticed in particular about this card is not only just that she is, practicing, but she's in kind of like a really awesome place, a really happy place, a really kind of, this is my hideout, my sacred space, so to speak. She's in a very kind of dreamland-like place. So one of the things that when I say that because sometimes we do things from a place of lack or from a place of, I have to do this because I need to get better. I would say when you practice from a mindset of, I'm already where I want to be. I'm just honing in on those skills. I'm making it better, daily. Again, with daily practice, you polish your skills and your talents and you increase your confidence. So do it from a place of love, a place of abundance, a place of, I'm already where I'm supposed to be. Now I'm just making it even better, right? I bought my house, now I'm just upgrading. Practice, practice, practice. Do some research. You need more information about this situation. Look into it further before proceeding. You need more information about this situation. Look into it further before proceeding. So again, guys, the main thing that I get with this card in particular is that she again is in kind of a like her favorite reading nook. You know, she's not in the library, she's not at school, she doesn't look anywhere technical, she looks comfy, she's snuggled up with her bookworm. You know, do the things, look into the things that you are interested about. One of the things that I'm kind of getting from this is, you know, sometimes we know that we're supposed to be doing something in our life purpose, and we're like, I just don't know where to go, or I'm not sure how to go about this. Just do some research. Look at things. Grab your phone. You have the entire world, you know, at your fingertips. Pick it up. Do some research. Open up a book. It doesn't have to be anything like super formal or super strict, but do it in your spare time. Interesting theme here. Practice, practice, practice. Do some research. And again, we get this card, holiday. The answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. The answer you are looking for can be found during a vacation, a retreat, or a holiday getaway. And what's interesting, again, with this card, well, I mean, it's interesting that it is a holiday weekend, number one. But also, maybe for some of you, this might be, you know, you going away on a physical vacation, a retreat, a getaway. But also, it might just be letting your mind down, relaxing. I'm not going to worry about X, Y, and Z. I'm actually going to go and have fun. And in doing so, and in having fun, and letting your heart sing, so to speak, and letting the energy flow, you get the answers that you've been looking for. Good morning, Drea. So glad you're here. So again, this could be a physical going somewhere. This could be a mental going somewhere, or a mental relaxation of, I'm just not even going to think about this. Maybe the retreat is even in a meditation. But one of the things that really stands out to me in particular is that she's playing. You know, she's not chilling. She's not sunbathing. You know, she's not planting a garden. She's playing in particular. And she's playing in, on, near water. In, on, or near water. So let's just see. I feel like we're going to get some other information. Where is it coming from? I'm staring at our goddess deck here. Thank you, goddesses. What do you have? Drea says, me too. Missed these the last few days, and I can tell. Well, welcome back. And today is like a, you know, I just had my little my meditation before we got started, and it was kind of like a snapback, like, ooh, okay. Maybe I was feeling a little off kilter, but I'm back on now, so we'll get back on together is my point to that. Thank you, goddesses. What do you have for the goddess realm? Okay, I'm sorry. I was staring at the goddess deck, but I was knowing it was Divine Circus. I should have just, that's what I get for not, that's what I get for not paying attention. All right, or I won't say not paying attention, but not following my intuition. Thank you, Divine Circus. What do you have for us? I think there's 2 cards. And 2. Okay, these are very interesting. I'm not too sure where to go with these. Okay, so on this card, I'm just going to tell you straight up, I'm not entirely sure how to say this. The Proud Perrier? You can read it for yourself. If you are proud of who you are and everything you have learned in your life, free from shame, guilt, and judgment, what would you choose for yourself today? That's a very interesting question. If you are proud of who you are and everything you have learned in your life, free from shame, guilt, or judgment, what would you choose for yourself today? That is a really awesome question. I need to ponder that for a second. I have instantly some ideas that are coming. That's a good idea. Okay. So the choices you make for yourself from a place of feeling good are going to be more loving and helpful than anything from a place of self-judgment You've nothing to regret. You've learned a lot, and you're a beautiful, unique being on a wild, divine journey. Be kind to yourself. Keep your head up. It will be easier to keep growing and glowing. Dear Wild One, have you felt like you've lost your footing? Got a bit clumsy? Made a mistake? Have you been second guessing your choices? Don't you dare doubt you. Be proud of all that you've done and how far that you've come. Never be ashamed of who you are or the journey you've taken. If you feel that life is getting you down, or could have made different decisions in life, the oracle of the proud Perrier comes to you with reassurance. You are doing a great job. You are meant to have learning experiences. What matters is that you choose to learn, and you do. In your own time and in your own way, make sense of things, and you grow wiser and stronger as a person. If the ridicule, judgment, or shaming you are dealing with is not an internal situation, but something you feel coming from those who would seek to tear you down to make themselves feel better about who they are, a strange but not so rare ill logic, then know that the oracle brings you comfort. You are stronger and wilder and more beautiful and true than any other mean-spirited fearfulness. You might feel as though the fearful ones are killing your joy, but keep your chin up because you're going to get through this and leave it behind. Any mud being slung your way is not going to stick. Let it slide right off and remain stuck on the hands of those throwing it your way. Keep your sense of inner dignity intact. Never make yourself feel smaller to placate the fear in another's heart. Take pride in who you are. Be proud to be you. And know that this is the way to respect and honor the creative, loving power of the universe that created you. That is an amazing, amazing message. I love that. It is such reassurance. I think with so many of us, when we're looking and we're talking about moving into our life purpose and where it is that we're headed and what it is that we want to do and be crystal clear about our intentions. And then sometimes there are those little things that hold us up and we're like, but, we still might hold little bits of guilt and shame and doubt. And am I really capable of doing this, and this? I mean, there are people with PhDs who do this, and maybe I'm just working off my high school education, or maybe I'm working to da-da-da-da-da. So this is just a reminder of no matter the experiences that you've gone through in your past, no matter of what you felt, whatever has brought you, quote unquote, negative or positive, that be proud of everything that you've gone through because it's brought you to where you are, that you have a very unique purpose, a very unique understanding, a very unique perspective that is going to launch you further in what it is that your life purpose has for you. So it's specifically telling you, don't you dare doubt you. Be proud of all you've done and how far you've come. Never be ashamed of who you are or the journey you've taken. And this, again, I think is just further integration of shedding light on our shadows. Good morning, Nicole. Shedding light on our shadows and healing them and fully integrating them into self. I think it's just a further reminder that the things that have held us back in the past aren't the things that are going to hold us back in the future. Drea says, oh my God, exactly how I feel. Sometimes I get frustrated that more people don't see my knowledge or trust it. I understand. And, and I think really sometimes for us, I'm not even going to say us. I'm going to say me. Sometimes I get nervous about trusting. It's not even so much that I get nervous about trusting my inner knowledge. I get nervous about sharing my inner knowledge with those people for fear that they're going to not trust my inner knowledge. And I think sometimes one of the things that I have to remind myself is that what I put out, I get back. And so sometimes, I have to make sure that I'm sharing out of love, not out of ego, and not out of fear either, but out of just genuine love. And then for me, the other thing is sometimes I get really excited. And you guys know, when I get excited and I'm passionate about something, like, I'm going to tell you about it and you're going to listen, so I have to make sure that I'm learning to get my point across to others in a way that is conducive for them to understand it rather than the way that I want to say it. I know exactly what you mean. And it's frustrating because you know, sometimes people look at you as, well, you're the person who da 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 da, and you're like, well, that was the old me, and I'm not ashamed of that, but understand that people change, you know, and people grow, and if I'm not growing, I'm not evolving as a person, and then really, what am I doing? You know, so I know exactly what you mean, but one of the things that I really get from this in particular is that this is like the ultimate, you know, be proud of who you are, and no matter what, just let our light shine. We're going to encounter naysayers, whether it be the snow queen that we got yesterday from within us, or whether it be, you know, some of the naysayers on the outside who just really live in their own fearfulness and project it upon us. And that's really the other thing to remember, is that a lot of times that's their own fearfulness speaking. And all we can continue to do is remember to move in that light and in that love, quote unquote. All right, so the next card that we have is Death Shall Not Take Him. This is a really interesting card. Death shall not take him. And give me a hot second, y'all. I'm going to grab some more water here. Okay. Wow. You are going to witness the impossible made possible. Whatever you think is lost is not. Whatever you think cannot be shall be. The universe is going to intervene, and what seems to be over shall in a new way live again. Sometimes just when you think it's all over, the 11th hour comes. Yes, or you can practically hear the opening chords of your swan song, and when you have finally given up, suddenly, somehow, right before your eyes, everything changes, just like that. You were free falling, and then, suddenly, you are soaring. Fate steps in. Destinies are altered, and life demonstrates its creative, restorative power, even if all seemed lost. The oracle of death shall not take him is a sign. No matter how defeated you feel, no matter how many dead ends you've encountered, how many setbacks, how many failures, no matter how impossible success may seem, the universe is going to step in and right things in your favor. You will succeed. Everything is even though apparently impossible odds, the heroic spirit within you is going to get its way. So if you really must doubt just for one moment longer, then replace doubt with trust and participate in the divine defiance of life refusing to be crushed. The universe wants to dazzle you with unexpected triumph. Why not just relax, bear witness to its impressive display, life-giving power with reverence and delight? This is so interesting. Wow. Okay. So many things just came to me through that. So give me a hot second, guys. All right. I'm going to stop and come right back to that. And I want to recap these first to bring it full circle. So the first card we got was practice, practice, practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills. Let me back up. You can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. Practice, practice, practice. The next card we got was do some research. You need more information about the situation. Look into it further before proceeding. And one of the two things we talked about in particular with these two cards is we noticed that both fairies, they're in a comfy space. They're in a happy place. What I love about this is that we mentioned is sometimes when we practice, 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 we practice from that place of lack, right? We talked about that, how we feel like, oh my gosh, I need this to get better in order to, you know, but what we notice is that she's in like a fairy tale land. She's in La La Land. She's in the perfect place. She's in her sacred space, her hiding place. She's in a place of love. She's practicing out of, I love where I'm at, and I'm just honing my skills to get better, right? She's not practicing from a place of lack. And then we're getting told, do some research. And again, same thing. She's not at school. She's not in a formal setting. She's cuddled up next to her bookworm. She's snuggled up. She's doing her thing. It looks like she's studying matters of the heart. You know, things that when we see the book in the back with the heart on it, things that she enjoys, right? She's just the more information you have about the situation, you know, look into it further before proceeding, or you need a little bit more information. Maybe your life purpose, maybe what it is that you're doing, you know, you need a little bit more confidence. Practice from the place of I'm walking in my life purpose. I have now fully accepted and integrated it into my life. Not from the, oh my God, I'm still trying to catch up to my life purpose. Not from that standpoint, but I know where I'm at. I've fully accepted. I've integrated into my life. I'm in the fairy tale land. I'm walking in my life purpose. As I do so, I'm practicing and I'm doing more research. I'm constantly studying to hone my skills, to improve my confidence, to boost my understanding. But on the same token, I'm still relaxed. I'm still at play. And as I relax my mind, I think this is more so. And it's interesting that we're on a holiday weekend, you know, for being the, you know, Independence Day, number one, but, or on top of that. But I think a lot of this has to do with as I relax my mind and ease into this understanding of I'm in my life purpose. I like where I'm at. This is joyful. I can actually be in this place and be prosperous and be happy at the same time. The two aren't separate. I can enjoy life, you know, and do what I'm supposed to do. And as we allow ourselves to be free in that knowledge and that understanding in that happy place, then we start to get the answers that we've been seeking. We start to get the questions that have been on our mind. The answers start to come to us. And for some of us, it might also include going on a physical vacation, a retreat, a getaway. Now, in addition to that, we take it to the next level. So now you're integrating your life purpose. You're studying, right? You're understanding. So for those of you who are not sure what you're supposed to be doing right now, you know what your life purpose is. You're to be studying from your happy place. You're to be allowing yourself to imagine, to be free. And in doing so, we're letting go of all of those hang-ups of the past. Don't worry about what happened in the past. That was a part of your journey. It was a part of your learning curve. We're integrating everything. We've healed the divine masculine. We've healed the divine feminine. We've integrated into the divine sunchild. All those things that have happened in the past, whether they were positive or negative, they are here for us now to serve our highest good. So we're going to continue to integrate those, to be proud of who we are. We're proud of where we're at, and we're proud of where we're going. We're proud of where we're going. And then, death shall not take him. There are maybe dreams that we've had, or things that we envision, that we've loved, that it's just like, okay, I'm playing and I'm being free and I'm walking in my life purpose, but real talk, okay, what can I realistically do? I would love to do this over here, but, you know, I feel trapped over here. And what this card is reminding us, really what I get from it in particular, is that the universe is ready to wow us. It's ready to show us. Maybe there was a far off dream that you had, maybe as a child. Maybe when you first came into this life purpose, you thought, wouldn't it be cool if, and it just seems so big and grand. But then we, you know, came into adulthood, or we came into life and we thought, oh my God, how could this ever happen? And really what I'm getting from this is whether it's from a childhood, from some time in the past, from a past life, maybe it's something that you've always carried with you, that the universe wants to show it. It's ready to bring it to you. That this idea is, even though it seems so grand and it's so big, or this feeling or this life or this way of being, that all is not lost. Even though all of these things may have happened in the past, and they seem to seemingly crush your thoughts, seemingly crush your ideas, your heart's true passion, remember, allow yourself to be free in it, to play and enjoy, because the universe wants to show you a miracle. It wants to bring this to you, to show you that all is not lost. Hope is not gone. That you can still have your heart's true desire. It says, so if you really must, doubt for just a moment longer, just a moment, and then replace doubt with trust and participate in the divine defiance of life refusing to be crushed. The universe wants to dazzle you with unexpected triumph. Why not just relax? Why not just relax and bear witness to its impressive display of life-giving power with reverence and delight? Relax and play. Relax and allow yourself to dream. Really, I think for some of us, or for a lot who are seeing this in particular, just relax and allow yourself to dream. So many times we are caught up in where we're at, where we have to be, where we need to go, that we restrict ourselves and we don't allow ourselves just to dream. We don't allow ourselves to, oh man, that would be so cool, but real talk, I mean, can that really happen here on earth in my lifetime? Given my past knowledge, and I just really don't feel like I have enough information. We're being reminded, we've shed, and really guys, what I'm getting from this is like the next layer of our shadow work. This is the next layer of our healing. We've been working on, a lot of shedding that, recognizing those hurts, those pains, and we've been able to get rid of the biggies, right? Some of the big ones. And if we haven't gotten rid of them, we've at least begun to shed light on them and acknowledge them and not be so spooked out by them, right? Let me know if you guys, if this is kind of making sense, let me know what you're feeling from this or what you think. And what we're moving now to is we're working on some of those habits, some of those deeply rooted thoughts. Like we see the big stuff, right? The big pains, the big hurts. But now we have those deeply seated roots where we've just gotten used to thinking a certain way. But really what the universe wants to show us, that I'm really getting from this, is that anything is possible. That we have the power to create anything that we want. That there is nothing that we can't learn, that we can't tap into, and there's nothing from our past that can hold us back. So really, you can make your dream is as big or as little, or as comfortable or as uncomfortable, or as radical or as conservative as you want it to be. It's your dream. But really, the universe is saying, I'm ready to show you something. No, I'm not burning any sage. It's what you're probably seeing is my movement, and it's the reflection off the card if you're noticing movement in this card here. So really guys, I feel the real central message here I really want to convey is to, let me get my words here. Your God self, your higher self, your guides, your angels, the universe is ready to show you what you're capable of when you're ready. Those are the key words I'm hearing. When you're ready. And when you're ready, do I go there? Go there. Okay. So when you're ready, what you may see may be so fantastical that you're like, okay, my mind just totally made that up. But this is reassurance to you that the vision that you've had, or the ideas that are coming to you, or the things that you want to create in your life, that it's not just your mind making it up, that those are real and distinct possibilities in your life if you allow them. If you allow them. Okay, Drea says, there is a stream of smoke connecting the Proud Perrier card and the Death Shall Not Take Him card. At least I see this. Maybe I'm just crazy. If you see it, oh, I see what you see. Okay, I think I see what you see when I look into my screen. Do they match up a little closer now? They're just a tish off. I don't want to, but no, I see exactly what you see. Drea says, I feel like those two cards are connected for me somehow. They're screaming at me too. I feel you. I totally feel you. And the biggest thing is, yep, okay, cool. So the biggest thing that, and I don't take that as a coincidence, you know, whether it be smoke, steam, a glare, a glance, you know, a piece of dust landing in just the right spot, you know, if that's what you see from that, like, that's what we roll with. She said, yep, match up perfectly. Awesome. Awesome. So I agree with you, Drea, in the sense that the Proud Perrier is telling us that, you know, maybe there was a dream or something that we had at one time, and something happened to, you know, when I think of me personally, I can only speak for me, to where maybe I just messed up royally. And now I've allowed those royal mess ups, unfortunately, it was more than one, I've spent so many years allowing them to keep me from dreaming. I'm not going to be capable of that because I have this on my, you know, on my life record, or on my criminal record, or on my, you know, my karmic record, or whatever. I have this going on. I have this karmic debt over my head, or I've done these terrible things in life. So, you know, this dream would be awesome for somebody else who is, you know, bright and divine and pure. And really, I think what these cards are screaming as, like, your past, no matter how terrible, you know, is something that you've learned from and that you've overcome, you've shed the light on, you've healed it, and it's something that gives you unique perspective, gives us each our own unique perspective, and that it helps us to make that dream even more true. And the universe is reminding us that as we shed these lacks and these, to continue to shed the lack and the doubt and the misunderstandings, really the illusion of our brains, or of our minds, I should say, not of our brains, but the illusion of our minds, the illusion of our understanding of ourselves. Just really, and this is the big word I'm hearing, the illusion. We've had illusion of self, and we've kept ourselves in boxes. Maybe we've dreamt, but then there's that part that's like, yeah, that's a really awesome dream, but come on now. Okay, now let's get back to reality. You know, we have our dreamland, we have our reality, but really the universe is telling us is that don't worry about what it looks like on the outside or what it's looked like in the past, that death shall not take him, that there is plenty of life. And it just serves as a reminder. One of the things that, you know, we've been saying over the past few weeks is that there is no lack for anything on this earth. No lack for money, no lack for love, no lack for, you know, opportunity, no lack for forgiveness. And again, here's a reminder, here's no lack for life. There's no lack for life in any area of our life. Maybe whether it be, you know, for me, what I'm finding is I'm just now finding new life being breathed into my fitness aspect of my life. It's something for the last year and a half that I've been doing, but not consistently like I've wanted to do. And it's been a freaking struggle. Like every day it's like, yeah, I'm going to the gym. Okay, come on. We got to go to the gym. Okay, I made it. I'm happy. But it's not been like, oh my God, I'm excited to go to the gym. Like, I'm feeling that new life breathing in areas that have been a little stagnant and a little dead. And I think what we're just, again, being reminded is that as we begin to integrate fully, you know, again, what I'm hearing is total wellness is mind, body, spirit. And that we're going to be finding new life breathing into all those areas to begin to integrate. And I feel like this is just like the next level of the shadow work that we've been guided on, that we're being moved on to take it to the next level. All right, we've got rid of the big stuff. Now it's time to start working on that deeply rooted, ingrained stuff. Our pasts don't chain us down. Our pasts free us. Our past propel us. Drea said, or maybe we've had those dreams as adults, but listen to parents or grandparents that always say, well, that would be nice, but not feasible. Exactly. Dream crushers is what I call them. My mother's is one, but I love her, but she is. I completely understand. And yeah, people, they just growing up, we're in a position to shine light on those dream crushers, you know, to give them permission to dare to dream. You know, I know exactly what you mean, Drea. I was thinking about this. I think I've thought about this so many times recently, and I've been debating whether or not to talk to this family member about it, because they're going through their own thoughts of doubt and lack. And I remember when my husband and I think we were getting our first apartment. And we made that announcement that we're going to get our first apartment. And the first words out of this family member's mouth was, oh, you guys can't do that. You don't know anything about that. You're too young. You don't know. You can't handle that. And I remember sitting there at the dinner table like almost like stunned. But I also remember feeling like, F you. tell me what I can't do. And we made sure, I mean, it was fuel to our fire, but I just remember, like you said, those naysayers who are like, it's not feasible. You can't do that. You don't know enough about that. And we start to believe that. And sometimes really as adults, we run into situations where life maybe kind of beat us up a little bit. And we're like, dang, is that really feasible? I said I wanted to move to Hawaii, but my car just broke down, and now I got this big $1,500 expense I wasn't expecting. Like, just things happen in life where we kind of start, we get shoved a little bit further and further back, like in between the lines or in the box, and then all of a sudden, like, one flap of the box gets taped or put over, and the next flap, something else in life makes the next flap, and then before you know it, somebody's taping the box up. Like, not only we in the box, but it's taped up. Like, our minds are like trapped. And I feel like this is our guides, just really reminding us that we are so limitless, in the sense that we're only trapped by our own minds. We're only trapped by what we choose to be trapped by, that there's no lack for anything on this earth. And so I really want to come back to these fairy cards in particular, because we can spend all day talking about how much potential we have and how the universe wants to show us a miracle, but what are the practicalities? What is it we need to be doing right now? Drea says, I find myself doing that sometimes to my own children. I catch myself breaking the cycle of lack. Exactly. And I love that, Drea, because I really feel like when you said that, what I saw in my mind were all those cards that we've been getting about working with children. That right there is huge. Because you have 3 babies, right? I mean, that is 3 babies who are now going to go into this world lights ablazing, without the feelings of lack, with feeling like I can accomplish anything. And think about how many people those 3 babies alone are going to affect. I mean, that's beyond neighborhood changing. That's community changing. That's huge. Because it only takes 1. And you got 3 that you're instilling that in. Dare to dream. Sky's the limit. And even then, I remember my mom saying that as a kid, the sky's the limit, baby girl. And even then, we've been to the moon, And even now in my adulthood and in my understanding, like, even that's just child's play. We can go beyond there if we know what we're talking about. Yep, 3 babies. So, I mean, that's amazing. So I really want to come back to these fairy cards in particular, because the big thing is, again, we know we're being guided and directed beyond a shadow of doubt how to heal, to shed light on those shadows, to heal, to integrate. It's not that we shed light and then we like cast them aside. We heal them and we integrate them, right? But the question is, all right, so what am I supposed to be doing now in my life purpose? And again, we've been told directly to practice. And what we got 2 signs here from the proud Perrier, who told us to not do things from a place of lack, but to do it from a place of love, from where we're already at. So again, when we look at this card, we see this fairy. She's practicing in her fairyland. She's off, in her secret hiding space, down the street, downwind from the kingdom, from the castle. She's not, from on the other side of the gate trying to get into the kingdom. She's already in the kingdom, living the life, right? So we practice, and it helps us to hone our skills, improve our skills, and we gain confidence about what it is that we're doing. So continue to practice what it is in your life purpose. For some of you, it might not be a physical thing that you are practicing. It might not be an instrument. It might not be a career. It might be practicing a way of thinking, a way of being, right? Whatever your life purpose is. Maybe your life purpose is just to guide and lead wherever it is that you are. I don't know. But it might be that you need to practice in just a way of being. And then again, do some research. This is look up the things okay, I'm getting 2 messages from this. When it comes to your life purpose, definitely look up obviously everything that you need to know. If it is for someone who is starting a business or a career, obviously you need to know how to start the business. You need to know what entity works best for you, what have you. But really what I'm getting from this is study the parts of it that you love, that you enjoy. Get it in your quiet time, in your quiet space. When you're Facebooking is what I'm hearing. In your quiet space, when you're Facebooking, that's when you should be studying. In your quiet time, when you know that you could be doing something, that's when you should be studying. And studying doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't mean going to the library. It doesn't mean being formal. It means maybe, shutting off the TV. And maybe you study from your phone. Maybe you actually do go to the library and pick up a book. Maybe you buy a book. Maybe you use Google Books. I don't know. I'm just saying, study. Understand. Do some research. Look into what it is that you're looking to get into, or what it is that you're already into. One of the things that I like to do, and I've learned to do it from the kingdom perspective, not from the peasant perspective. I like to see what other people are doing that do the thing that I like to do. So, for example, literally this morning, I was like, okay, I'm looking at, I know the universe is guiding me and directing me to do some specific things. So I looked up, for example, spiritual life coaches in Houston. And for me, what in the past, when I looked from the peasant side of the gate, I was like, oh my God, so this is what I need to do. I would compare myself to these people. This is what they offer. This is what I'm offering. Okay, is mine better or is it worse? I need to step my game up here. Oh, mine's better than theirs on that. Now that I don't come from a place of lack, now that I understand I'm already in the kingdom, I'm to do what I'm to do. Now when I look as in a place to give me ideas, and what I find is it gives me permission to do other things. Not to compare to other people, but to be like, wow, that is really awesome how she does that. No, it's not necessarily what I want to do, but I'm glad to know she's out there, so if other people want that, I can recommend her. Or, you know what, I really like how she did that, and that gives me permission to, I do feel more comfortable in me going about, and maybe mine is really niched. Hers is niched over here, mine is niched over there, but I don't have to be broad. I can be niched too. So I look from a more I already have it perspective. I'm just looking for ideas. I'm not comparing anymore. Does that make sense, guys? So do some research. Look at other people in your field, or other people who do or feel or follow the same beliefs. Not to compare yourself, but primarily to get an idea. Maybe, I didn't think of that. That's a great idea. I don't want to do that, but that makes me think now, what about this over here? Right? And then finally, again, give yourself permission to relax. Give yourself permission to play. For some, you're going to be on a physical retreat. You're going to be on a physical holiday, getaway. And when you do so, and as you allow yourself to relax, answers start to come to you to all the questions that you've had. For others of you, as you get into this place of practice from the kingdom side, and you're doing your fun little research from the in your little book nook, when you shut the TV off and you're just you're researching for fun, that's going to be for some of you, that's going to be literally the same thing as letting your heart dream, letting your mind wander, and answers are going to start to come to you in this place. And you're not only going to hone your skills, and you're not only going to get more research, and you're not only going to get more knowledge, but you're going to get the answers to what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Or if you know what you're supposed to be doing, to how to go about and do it. Let yourself dare to dream, right? I think that's the theme for today. Dare to dream. Let yourself play. And again, the biggest thing that I love in particular is that she's playing in the water. She's not planting seeds. She's not, somewhere quiet. She is playing in, on, near, around water. And big thing that I see with water in particular, water always gives me the sign of abundance. And it also gives me the sign of it's free flowing. It can move in any direction. Water can take the form of whatever you put it in. So you can shape the water. And in particular, guys, she's not in the water. She's on the water. So you do with that with what you want. Drea says, I did this the other day, thinking of when we move. I was at first thinking, well, what if, I'm going to say ACTI doesn't work for me? What if people say I can't afford it? Then I thought, no, women all over Walmart, Target for skincare. They spend money on it. Yep. Why wouldn't they want a better way? I found the lacked feelings were outmatched by the abundant thinking. Abso-freaking-lutely. You are so right. You are so dead on with that. And you're, because that sometimes I do that too. I'm like, well, why would people want to do X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, well, first of all, you know, and this is kind of one of the things, Andrea, I'm so glad you brought that up. Thank you. Because sometimes we do get to thinking about, well, would people really want to buy my product or to buy my service? And when we start to get into that research, we find out that, wait a minute, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. You know, like a multi-billion-dollar a year industry. Wait a minute. How many women, including myself, including women that I know, don't want to have better skincare? Don't want to, you know, do things more naturally? Don't want to not only have the appearance of, but have the act of, you know, of what have you. I know what you mean. Sometimes we get scared. What do people think about when I say it? What will they think when they see me? What about when they remember me from that day that I was drunk and dancing on the table and the table collapsed? I mean, that actually happened to me once in college. I'm not even gonna lie. Shh, don't tell. You know, but things, you know, like what if? Who cares? Now, for the record, I wasn't just drunk dancing on a table. Like we were all on the table. Like it was a frat party. Details, you know. So, telling on myself. So really, like you said, Drea, just when we actually allow ourselves to wait a minute. What am I doing? Why am I cutting myself at the throat? I'm going to allow myself to dream. And you know what? It is going to look like this. And we get excited. One of the things when for me, I would get excited about, I'm going to show those people wrong, like the naysayers, because it was out of still that place of lack and frustration. But now I'm more so at the place of, I want to show them, or I want to prove them wrong because I want them to join me. I want them to have the dreams, you know, the life of their dreams, the life of their desires, you know, to be able to take vacation whenever they want or whatever their goals are. You know what I mean? So when we move from that place of love and understanding and we shed those feelings of lack, it gets so much fun and so exciting. And you have to, Drea says, girl, trust, I have some stories. Oh, good. I'm glad to know I'm not alone. I mean, you know, we've all been there. You know, hopefully it was, you know, details. But again, I guess it's kind of interesting. And for me, it's liberating to share that because somebody may watch this and be like, oh, my God. But like we were just told, you know, we all have something that we've been clinging to that, you know, we need to let go, that can, you know, because it's not necessarily who we are. It may be something that we did, but it's not who we are. So y'all, I'm really just kind of being guided. I'm really charged up right now, and I could go on and on and on and on, but I'm really being guided just to kind of end here. The vibration is high. I know we are all feeling it. So really, I think the big message for today, and as we continue to move forward and we're working with our crystal clear intentions, is to remain patient, or not only to remain patient rather, but to practice, to not only practice what it is that we want to do in our life purpose or whatever our life purpose is, but to even practice the mindset. If you can't get there fully yet and immerse it, practice being already in the kingdom. Practice already being the person that you see yourself being the person who's walking fully in their life purpose. One of the cards that we got yesterday, I believe yesterday, and maybe even earlier in the week, was Knave of Masks, or we talked about it anyway. And that card tells us specifically to try on. Maybe if there's somebody I kind of want to be, I see myself full of confidence and sass. Try on the mask. Pretend, you know, okay, I'm seeing myself as this person with confidence and sass. Try that mask on for size. What you might just find is that old mask of like fear and doubt doesn't really fit anymore, and that actually confidence and sass really is me. I feel more my true self, you know? So in that reminder, we're playing. We're not acting, but we are being who we are supposed to be. We're not looking at ourselves as, I am this person way back here who's working to get to my life purpose. or to walk. We are now seeing ourselves as I am fully walking and integrated in my life purpose, and I practice as if I am already doing so. Kind of like, if your kids are in soccer practice, you want them to practice as if they're playing the game, right? You don't want them to be like, it's practice, I can be lazy, because then we start to develop those lazy habits. You want to practice like you're in the game, be intense, do your best, line up the shot, focus, be a team player, all of those things, right? So we want to practice like we're in the game. And again, continue to do the research. The more research you gain, the more knowledge and understanding you have, but the more ideas it gives you too. It's not about comparing yourself to others. It's not that you're doing research from a place of lack. It's just doing research from a place of understanding that while I'm in this place of abundance, abundance flows through me, and abundance isn't just the money, but the abundance is the knowledge and the understanding and the how-to, because it's one thing to get knowledge. Sometimes it's something else to know how to actually implement it into your life. And as we're doing so, we're allowing ourselves to be free, to dare to dream. And as we're in this whole cycle of practicing and doing research and being free, the answers begin to come to us. And really, trust yourself. The big message I want to convey is that the universe wants to show you something so big that those ideas that come to you, trust yourself. Be proud of who you are and where you're at. Trust yourself and know that those ideas, they're not too far-fetched. They're not too far wild. They're not too crazy. That there is plenty of life that the universe has, that God has, your higher self, your God self, your creative ability has to breathe life into something that may not look like much, but can turn it into everything, into absolutely everything. So y'all, let's social it up one more time, because again, I'm just being guided to. That was a good wind up summary, because again, if I don't stop now, we'll be here another half hour, if not longer. So for anybody who's been questioning, what exactly am I supposed to do? You have clear cut direction. And we were reminded, I got to stop after this. We were reminded earlier in the week that sometimes we get that view from the mountaintop, right? Because we know what it ultimately has to look like. But we still remember that we're at the foothills. So don't worry about your journey up the mountain. You know what it's going to look like. You've had the view. If you haven't had the view, as you're on holiday and you're playing, you're going to get the clear view. But understand that we're still climbing the mountain. Some of us are at the bottom foothills. Some of us are maybe at a plateau and we've got to climb a little bit steeper. It's okay. You know exactly what you need to do today to reach that peak. Don't worry about what if. Just do what you're supposed to be doing today to reach that peak. I love y'all so very much. Thank you so much for joining me. Today was absolutely amazing. I am feeling so charged, and I hope you are too. It was so much like clarity and understanding. Drea says, I love that you used the mountain metaphor. Good. I'm glad that worked, because I'm so visual. So visual. So I'm glad that worked, because that worked for me too. I love you lots, lady. I will see you back here tomorrow. It is my goal to try and be a little bit earlier. I know this last week we were kind of all over the place. I'm still working on finding my natural flow. And honestly, straight up, guys, I want to be more consistent with you. But my natural flow, some mornings is at 6 in the morning. And some mornings is at 10 in the morning, is 11 in the morning. So, I'm working on that. We'll see what happens. But I am going to work to be a little bit more consistent in time, so that it's easier for you to catch the live stream, or at least know when it's going to be posted if you can't catch it. Have an amazing day. And also, thank you to all of you who had appointments with me yesterday. We got some amazing work done, and I was blessed by you, and I hope you were blessed by some of the work that we did. So thank you so much. And I will see y'all tomorrow. You know the deal. Have an amazing day. Bye.